Just up at Clayton's, showing them a few of my shield mounts that I've been developing. My father was doing it for a number of years and I've sort of taken over since he passed. So I've just got a few examples here, just so you can get a decent sort of look at what I'm doing. Clayton did put a couple of photos up on the Facebook page of a couple of mounts that I'd done on the pedestal shields. So for example, this one here is on the pedestal shield on the short nose bone. This particular head was only supplied with the top of the skull for me, so I'm actually refitting the got a new pair of off one of my heads, a short nose bone. So what this does is when it goes onto the wall, it puts the antlers back onto a better angle than having it face down, such as. Of course these mounts are a little bit more expensive, only $100 more just for the extra timber, extra time, routering and all the rest. So that's the pedestal mount. So then we've got the flat shield for against the wall. So these shields are actually done out of pine and then stained and then coated with 2 coats of lacquer. On the back, the keyhole, so the screw goes in and it slots onto the wall nice and flat to the wall, rather than having it bulging out and they flop around on the wall. So that just fits. You might have to just adjust the screw or whatever, and then it just slots onto the wall, so it's nice and tight. And then of course there's the different ranges of shields. So this one here, this is a particularly big stag I shot. This is on a more oval shield, which is the other one the old man was developing. And what we've done here is we've got just a little block, which you know, obviously I've quickly done this, but that would be coloured the same as the shield, and then that just pokes it out, so it's still a long nose mount.
So these are just sort of prototypes that you've been working on?
Yeah, totally. And then that just pushes the head back a little bit. So, you know, there's all sorts of options you can do. But obviously when you look at, sorry, go back to this one. When you look at the head and to the shield's been developed to suit the natural look of the skull on the short nose. And then we go down to, so that's the Red Deer Samba Wapiti shield. For the full nose bone, long nose bone, such as this one here, this is a fellow, this is on the fellow Seeker shield. So that's the full long nose bone, so the teeth come off so it sits nice and flat to the shield. We do that with Red Deer as well, but there's a bigger shield that we use, slightly bigger, which is, I've actually got it here. So these are some of the templates. So that's obviously, if we look here, these are actually Remu ones I'm developing at the moment. So that's your short nose, and then you can see the size difference to the long nose, which just incorporates for that longer nose bone. Of course there's those other shaped shields. We've also got, we do basically every species. So we've got if you have a look at that one there, so there's your Red Deer, Seeker Fallow, Whitetail, the Chamois shield, the Tar Goat shield. We've also got these which have got the cutting procedures, and I'm happy to sell the shields just as shields, as a kit set thing as well, if you don't want me to actually mount them. Yeah, so no, she's all coming together. This is an example of the pig jaw shield, and that would be how it's mounted like that. So of course just cut through, and then bogged in the back of the jaw, and then screwed in from the back.
So how do they get touch with you there, horse?
Basically, hopefully through you.
Yeah, definitely through me. But we,
I've got that's the card there. That's my number there. So I'm based in Levin, and basically I've been doing cow heads, all sorts of stuff. So nothing's an issue. I also do the ball out if you need it balled out. Do the cutting procedures, everything. So yeah, all goodly.
Sweet as.
Yeah. So I'm going to throw some cards up at the Fallow block, and also at the Red Deer block. We're heading out there this afternoon. Go and knock a couple over, hopefully, which will be good.
Hopefully, mate.
Yeah. And so I'll leave some cards up there. So whenever you're out with Clayton, just grab a card, give us a bell. If you know, the thing is like, mate, a lot of hunters get ahead. For example, that one over there of mine, I couldn't justify spending a couple of grand getting it shoulder mounted. But you get a nice quality mount like this, goes onto the wall, you know, so you have your mounted trophies, and then you've got one, oh shit, that was a special memory. Well, I'll bloody chuck that up on the wall, and you know, and they're a great addition to your mounted heads on the wall, you know. So,
nice cheaper version that
absolutely,
thousands of dollars on.
So sort of on the flat shields, like a straight flat shield like that, I'm looking at, you know, looking at my time and all that sort of thing, because it's got to be routed, sanded back, etc. Keyholed, then coated and all that sort of thing. So I work on pretty much around about $50 for a shield, $100 for my time. So for the flat shields like that, ranging between 150 to 200.
That's fitted with the head on.
That's fitted with the head plus the cutting.
Yep. So how much just for the shield?
Just for the shield, we'd be looking at probably we'd be looking at about $70-80.
Yep.
Thereabouts, just for the flat shields.
And ideal for those people that have got lower ceilings as well, because
exactly,
you get a big full mount.
And of course, when you go to the pedestal mounts, that's a bit more. So that you're looking at about 250 to 300. Of course, with boiling costs, that's a lot of extra time. So there'll be an additional charge, probably $50
for boiling the head up.
For boiling the head out and cleaning them up.
Yep.
But also polish up the antlers, everything. So it'll come back looking absolutely Mickey. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's European Mounting Services.
Yep.
Anthony Walsh. Horse, if you want to call him Horse.
Yes, horse.
We won't tell you why he's called Horse. He is single though. So yeah, no, if you want to get your European mount done through Anthony or Horse, give him a buzz and he'll sort it out for you.
Dirty.
Based in Levin.
Awesome.
Awesome, brother.